All right, everybody, this is our first lesson on Andrew Jackson, and the election of 1824 is where we are going to start. We are going to look at kind of where this election led us and how it affected American history. So please make sure we get all the information from our notes as you are needed to do so. Now, the election of 1824 was between four separate candidates. We didn't always have just two candidates from the two major parties. We always have had multiple people. We had William H. Crawford, who was a congressman, Henry Clay, Speaker of the House, Andrew Jackson, our war hero, who was not a politician, which really appealed to a lot of people, and John Quincy Adams, son of John Adams, our second president. Now, the two major people that we had in this election are going to be Andrew Jackson and John Quincy Adams. They're going to be our two main candidates. Andrew Jackson is going to represent the Democratic Party. And John Quincy Adams is going to represent the Whig Party. Now, what's going to happen is what's going to happen with this is that the Democratic Republicans and the Federalists are both going to disappear, and we're going to have this group take over afterwards, the Democrats and the Whigs. And when that happens, it's going to really change American politics. So at the end of the election of 1824, the popular vote had John Quincy Adams with 30% and Andrew Jackson with 41%. So overall, Jackson won the popular vote. But since as we've learned through the last election, it doesn't matter who wins the popular vote. What really matters is who wins the Electoral College. This is our special people that vote for the states. And in the states that we had during the election of 1824, Adams had 84 votes. Jackson had 99, Crawford had 41, and Clay had 37. The number to get to was around 100 and something votes, and so nobody had the clear majority, even though it looks pretty close right there. So what happens when a election goes there, once the election happens, and don't worry about copying down these graphs or anything, is the 12th Amendment says if nobody gets the majority of the electoral votes, the House of Representatives picks the next president. What that means is that they are going to be the ones that actually cast the votes that count. And John Quincy Adams makes a deal with Henry Clay, who had a lot of power inside of Congress. And what he did is he got his representatives to vote for John Quincy Adams. So Clay and Quincy Adams combined their votes, and it gave him the majority win. When that happens, he nominates Henry Clay as his Secretary of State, because at this time, Secretary of State, when you were Secretary of State, it put you next in line for president, and Henry Clay wanted to be president. So this election is forever known as the corrupt bargain. Is that they did some backroom deals to make sure that Jackson was out and Adams was in. Adams' presidency, we don't really talk about a whole lot with this, is that he wanted a strong federal government. Most people in the U.S. did not want the strong federal government. Because of his corrupt bargain, during the midterm elections, we have the Democratic Party controls Congress. And because of this, most of his proposals are turned down. About the only thing that he did is he gains Florida. Gains Florida from Spain. Make sure to add these two to your notes as well. So that's all the information about the corrupt bargain in the election of 1824.